Our final two inductees come from the UWF men's soccer program. We will bring head coach Bill Elliott, which has brought its crowd. We'll bring Coach Bill Elliott to the stage to talk about each of them individually in just a moment. But first, some background. First, on Hall of Famer Eduardo Oliveira. Oliveira. Oliveira was a difference-making defender for the Argonauts, and his playing career finished in 2006 when UWF advanced to the NCAA semifinal right here in Pensacola. Oliveira was a first-team All-America pick that season, as well as the South Region Player of the Year. He led UWF to 2 Gulf South Conference titles and was All-GSC twice. Oliveira stayed on as an assistant coach at UWF, where he worked alongside Elliott for 3 seasons. His career then took him to his home country, where he worked for the Brazilian women's national team and coached in 2 FIFA World Cup tournaments. He currently is co-owner of 2i Sports, where he develops coaching methodology, coaching education programs, and coaching software. And now to introduce the first of 2 Hall of Fame inductees from the men's soccer program, head coach Bill Elliott. Bill.
Well, I know that at this moment I've been brought up to talk about Eduardo and talk about him as a student athlete, but really is appropriate that he and Felipe get inducted to the Hall of Fame tonight together. During the time that they spent playing with us and the players and anybody associated with our program in those days, I don't think can hardly ever mention one without the other. So from the time they arrived in 2003 on campus, it took about 2 days, and I had people asking me around campus and from our team saying, did these guys grow up together? Are they brothers? What's the story here? Actually, they had never met. So instantly they bonded and became a great partnership and led us to great things on the field and did a lot for our program for sure. I think that they were very competitive with each other. They were like brothers in the sense that they were always fighting with each other and arguing with each other. Only they could argue with each other and tell each other something, so no one else could. And, so it was very much, and usually, Daniel, their teammate who's here tonight, had to come in and calm them both down, and I can't take credit for being able to manage their personalities. But in fact, whether they were, extreme different, Eduardo was very serious and very intense, and Felipe was, pulled so many pranks on teammates that I had to constantly console them, and, but in the end, the partnership was by far the strongest leadership partnership that I've ever had as a coach, experienced in the 22 years I've been doing this, and they somehow, played off of each other, and really neither one. They were part of a fantastic team that I think in the end had 7 All-Americans, from one starting lineup. But they could have never, I think, achieved the success they did without each other, and just kind of the way they played off of each other all through. Felipe was a very talented attacking player that had a habit of really getting in the head of his opponents, both by what he did and what he said. And then, but nobody would mess with him, because the first time they took a kick at him or got in his way, then Eduardo all of a sudden with his 6'5", 220 frame was standing over them, and they were like, oh, okay. And can't count the number of times that Felipe started something, and then a couple of minutes later you look and he's standing behind Eduardo. So really, I mean, it really was the perfect combination, and they really, I don't think either one, or much less our team, could have achieved what we achieved without the other. With regard to Eduardo, most of the time as a coach, and coaches will appreciate this, you want your players to be more competitive and more intense. He was one of the few that I ever dealt with in my career where you had to dial it back. the challenge was not getting him to be intense and competitive. It was getting him to dial it back and managing it to a point where he could channel it towards positive things. But it was really good because it rubbed off on his teammates. And, you know, we had 2 conference championships. We went to a Final Four while he was a part of our program. And, you know, he was Regional Player of the Year. And in our region, in any sport, that's no easy task. He stayed on to work with me as an assistant coach for 3 years, and we had 3 consecutive conference championships with him, you know, working with me as an assistant coach. And of course, he's gone on to great things now. And you know, for all that they both did, it really is amazing because it came in a strange era of UWF athletics where we had Hurricane Ivan, we canceled a season. There was a lot of distractions and a lot going on. So what they accomplished for me is even more remarkable when you take into consideration those things. Like I said, I can't talk about one without the other. It's almost impossible. But I'm extraordinarily happy for Eduardo and with their competitive spirit and all today. I think we had the discussion at lunch today. You know, Eduardo will always have it over Felipe that he's coming into Hall of Fame first. And Felipe says, of course, yes, they serve the best for last, you know, always, you know. So I don't know how we'll figure that out. So, but congratulations to Eduardo, and Eduardo, come on up.
Well, good evening, everybody, and thanks for being here and having the opportunity for me to interact with all you guys. Bill used some words that I truly believe, and usually a partnership word. And as a team sports, I don't believe I'm here by myself. I mean, I had many of my teammates that I haven't seen lately just because I moved to Brazil after I completed my degree over here in my master's, and they are congratulating me. And actually, I just think I'm one person representing the whole program. You know, even though before my time and after my time, I keep following you guys, even though my life took me to another place. But I truly believe in partnerships. And I think when we have a good chemistry and interaction is pretty good, we can achieve much more. And the team concept that we created over the years while I was playing and then while I was coaching still guide me through whatever I do in my life. And winning and losing, they can represent a lot, but if we don't think about it, if we think about the daily basis and doing your best, I believe we can achieve much more. So it was good to have a little talk with Felipe and Bill at lunch because we were talking about being competitive and winning championships. And nowadays, I'm still involved with the game. I'm still running a youth academy in Brazil and other stuff. I don't think about winning championships right now. I think about developing people, developing relationships, because what I have tonight is a bunch of good relationships with some people that I haven't seen for the past 5 years. And that I'll take for my life. This award represents a lot. The championship that we won represents a lot. But at the end of the day, the relationships are the most important things that we create in our lives. So I'm really happy to be here. I made a big effort to come over because UWF is still a big part of what I do right now. It built my character. It built all my principles and values of my life. And every time that I see UWF on website, TV, and people talk about it, I just remember all the good opportunities and the good memories that I had. And just to finish it up, I don't know why, but I woke up this morning at 6:30 in the morning. My fiancée, Mariana, is here. And I woke up and I was like, I couldn't sleep, so I'm staying at my friend's house, Nick, that's here. He stays at over Langley. I don't know why, I just took a jog to the field by myself at 7 o'clock, and I stayed in the middle of the field. It was pouring rain. I don't know how long that take me to get there, but I mean, I'm not that old. I just stay in the middle of the field at 7:30. I look around and I was like, God, man, I couldn't feel myself. I was just like, does that happen for real? I mean, am I here? Am I in Pensacola? Am I like, it's just like it started passing a movie on my mind. Like when I was playing, when I was coaching, and I was like, oh, man, I'm glad to be here, you know. And I think what these guys did for me, it's the least I can do is to be here and represent the whole program. So I really appreciate everything that the school did for me, and I hope I can represent you over the years. And every time that I go anywhere, I'll take the UWF spirit over to everybody. And I hope you guys keep doing this for people, because that's what life about. Thank you.